Alright guys, so is it useful or is it a good decision to start your Shopify e-commerce business with a free theme? Let's discuss it in this video, and I want to show you multiple themes now that I found in the theme store and give you my opinion on what I think about it. So first of all, it becomes crystal clear that the majority of themes out there are actually not free. So if I go to all themes right here, explore themes, you will see that there are 10 free themes and 56 paid themes. And now if we filter by only the free themes, you see already that there is a very limited style or a very limited brand that you can bring across. So let's stick with Brooklyn, for example. Many people use Brooklyn. In my opinion, this is a good choice if you want to evoke the impression of a high quality brand, of a more luxurious kind of brand. But the problem is with all those free themes is that they have very static and very limited functionality. So you see here, you know, it's tailor-made for modern apparel stores. I agree. I use Brooklyn myself, and if we check it, you know, it looks very clean, but you have very limited options what you can do with it. So you have this very simple navigation bar, then you have a few of those tiles here, and everything is very static in a way, right? So every Brooklyn store that I see, except for those that were custom they've developed, where someone made some changes to it, look pretty much exactly the same. So you always have these tiles and you have the same product pages where normally the text goes all the way down and all these pictures are below each other. And I'm not saying that this is something bad in general or that you cannot make any sales with free themes like Brooklyn, for example. But the thing is that if you want to bring across your brand in the best possible way, especially if you have, for example, a niche store and you probably want to add some more content and you want to make the whole store a little more exciting, this can sometimes be difficult with those free static stores. And the reason is that, you know, sometimes it is not only about having a product page, having the prices, having some of these scarcity apps, etc. It's also about evoking a certain feeling in the customer and also positioning your brand as something that is worth buying. And this is why I believe when people say, you know, the theme doesn't matter, just pump out something randomly and just throw your products on Facebook and get started, this is not really what I recommend to do. I believe that it makes a lot of sense to take a look at your store, to take the time to develop it and to build it into something that people would actually like to check out and buy from it in the end. So if we look at the paid themes now, as I said, I want to compare them. If we also start looking at the paid themes, okay, let's go back. And if we look at the paid themes now, it becomes clear that you can bring across way more different styles. So let's actually filter them by popularity. One that I really like, especially if you run, for example, a general store, is the Empire theme. So in the Empire theme, it is inspired by Amazon, and you see already that you have much more flexibility and you have much more options in what you can do. So here you have, you know, the product, the search box, search field, and then you still have the navigation, and here you have the code or whatever you can put there in the header. And then you also have different tiles with here. You can add shop gifts, and everything looks a little more, you know, not really complex, but it all looks a little more, a little better in terms of adding different pieces of content. So here you can add a gallery, and then here is more information on the product category. Here we can integrate a blog. Here they, in this case, have a Twitter feed, and everything, in my opinion, looks a little more, just a little better. It's very hard to bring this across right now, but you get the idea. On Brooklyn, there were just products, and that's it basically. And here you can add some more stuff. You can add content here. You can add a discount sale here. There are many different things that you can do, and this is basically true for many of the paid themes. So whatever you want to bring across with your brand, however you want your brand to be perceived, you may find a paid theme that goes very well with it. So let me open a few more and give you some examples. Right. So here, Vantage, for example. Let's see what else we have. Sunrise, well, I really don't like that one, but it's also something, if you have a very playful store, a very playful theme, especially like for children, things like that, this might be a good idea to simply immediately capture the interest of people that are looking for these products. So if we go next, let's check for one more example, and we can, for example, look at, let's say, well, record is something that is also pretty, let's go with this one because it's pretty interesting. So, you know, here we have the beauty theme, very useful, as the name says already, if you actually use cosmetics products or things like that, because I think it's perfectly designed for that, very modern, very clean. There are also different options that you can use here, but especially the beauty one here, if you sell products for women, like I said, cosmetics or probably also some fashion stuff, this looks really, really cool already, and you don't have the necessity to, you know, when you have a Brooklyn theme, very static, of course you can change some of the colors, but it will still not look as tailored to a certain audience like this one here. So with the free themes, usually you're approaching a very general audience, and it's very hard to adapt your store look and feel to your target audience, which can be very, very important. And when we look at this one here, you know, highly configurable theme designed to put content first. Again, if we see this little demo here already, this could be a perfect store for gentleman stuff, like, you know, all these different beard brands that exist, or just some vintage stuff, or just some, you know, gadgets for men, just some things like that, high quality fashion. This looks perfect already for that. Already just the way the store is presented, like right here, could already be a really, really cool store. So adding a great piece of content in here, you know, super high quality image. Let's see, let's do it like this, super high quality image that invites people to actually have a closer look to the store. So suits redefined, new styles now in stock. I think this looks very, very appealing. And if you scroll down, you have some more pictures, and here you have another banner. And to me, it all looks really, really cool. And at the end, you know, as seen in, and follow us on Instagram, very, very powerful stuff. And just so much better if you plan to sell something like this, so much better than Brooklyn, for example. And now looking at the label for contemporary creators with bold brands, of course, this is now a very, you know, kind of risky thing, because it looks so special that it may not always be the best choice. Sometimes it is not that good to like confuse the customer or to make it super outstanding. But even here, if you have a great image, you know, you can just go with it. And let's see what happens when we click there. Okay, I thought probably would scroll down automatically, but we click the arrow here, we can check the different products. And I just believe that, you know, this is a pretty cool thing to make your store a little more unique. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. It's not that everyone starting needs to invest $150, $160, $180 in a paid theme. But especially if you have a somewhat higher budget, or if you started with a free theme, but now you want to tailor the whole experience a little more towards what you had in mind, a paid theme can be very, very useful and a very good investment. I mean, of course, it's $180 depending on what your budget is. It's not that easy of a decision to pay for. But in my opinion, it's still not that much, considering that it's basically it basically reflects your whole store and your whole brand. So investing $160, $150 for a very professional theme that does very well is something that you should absolutely consider. So I hope that you like this video here on the overview on the themes. Let me know in the comments whether you are using a free theme, whether you are using a paid theme, and also if you plan on switching. So probably I can help you with that and give you some more things to keep in mind when you want to go that step. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did, and also please subscribe for more e-commerce and marketing stuff. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will hopefully see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.